chair of the House Oversight Committee, Congressman James Comer of Kentucky. Good morning, Chairman. Great to have you. In January, you launched an investigation into sanctuary cities and the effect it has on public safety. Then in March, the mayors of some of the biggest sanctuary cities in the country testified before your committee. Today, it's Kathy Hochul of New York, J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, and failed vice presidential candidate and governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. What are you looking to hear from them?
Well, we want to hear whether or not they're going to cooperate with Tom Homan and ICE and comply with President Trump's new directive to deport the criminal illegals. These three governors have been on record numerous times stating that they are A, sanctuary states, and B, that they have no intention of working with this government and Tom Homan to deport the most criminal illegals who have crossed over into our country during the Biden-Harris administration. So this is going to be a very important hearing. They're going to have an opportunity under oath to say publicly what their position is. If they continue to defy federal law, then I'm sure they're going to face the consequences of a Trump Department of Justice.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I'm not aware of anywhere where it says federal law is optional, that you have a choice whether you want to uphold the law or not, and federal dollars comes with federal strings. How can they get away with doing this?
Well, I hope they don't get away with it any longer. They have been getting away with it. There are numerous instances in each of these three states where they have obstructed efforts by ICE to come in and apprehend criminal illegals. This is a movement that's taken place throughout a lot of blue cities and blue states. We're seeing up close and personal what's going on in California. There's rumors that that's going to spread. There will be protests in other cities and states around America. Is this something that the governors are encouraging, or are they going to start complying with federal law? As you said, it's not optional whether or not to comply with federal law. So we're going to have a long hearing today. There are going to be a lot of questions. And hopefully at the end of the day, we'll come to a consensus and an agreement that these governors will start working with the Trump administration to deport the criminal illegals and try to get a handle on runaway crime in these blue cities and blue states.
Right. And as you know, this past week or so, we've seen a number of violent protests in Los Angeles and now potentially in other cities, too. This weekend, the demonstrations are expected to ratchet up with these so-called No King's Day protests. What are your concerns for liberal sanctuary cities and particularly law enforcement there working to protect people?
Well, you've got Governor Walz, who compared ICE to Gestapo agents. That is an unthinkable statement to make by a governor and someone who had a shot at being vice president of the United States. Look, these ICE agents and these Border Patrol officers and law enforcement in general, they're trying to keep Americans safe, and Americans want to be safe. But what we have is a situation where when Joe Biden was president, the border was wide open. Bad people were crossing that border every day. Fentanyl was crossing the border. You were having instances of human trafficking across the border. Now the border's secure by Donald Trump. That was step one. Step two now is to deport the criminal illegals who came over here over the last 4 years. And thus far, these three governors have been openly and proudly defiant of the Trump administration's effort to make our cities and states safer. We're going to see if they'll say that publicly. And if not, we're going to have a very heated conversation today, and hopefully the Trump Justice Department will take action if these governors continue to be defiant.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.